Okay. Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me? Yay! Okay, yeah. No, it looks like it was turned off inside the thing. Listen, first of all, I haven't been on live in so long. I don't do lives much anymore at all. And two, I'm using live from a laptop. So it looks completely different online. Um, it looks different on the phone than it does online. But I usually use it on online. Now, question is, when did you guys get a notification when I was coming online? Is what I want to know. It's like if you guys are getting notifications because I know I had to set the share out, but I feel like I'm even not like notifications are not even being sent to my subscribers. Yeah, you didn't get one, right? And you're subscribed to me. Let me see what's going on here, bro. Let me see what's going on. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, I can play music in the back. If you guys are wondering what that is, that's West Side Gun. I love West Side Gun. Hold on. Yeah, you got one from Insta, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? I know you were subscribed. Cause I don't know, man. Huh. Yeah, some fuckery is going on. I've been noticing that. Okay, y'all gotta hit the bell. Yeah, okay, so I'm figuring this all out, okay? Because but like a lot has changed with YouTube, especially the algorithm, and like I've never really figured this stuff out. I just would go on live and just do my thing, and then like whoever would follow me would just know, you know. But I'm noticing now because I have taken a long time on off away. Yeah, it does shit like that. So I'm like, yeah, yeah, okay. It's some bullshit, bro. I don't know. Like I've noticed that because I was like, even there was little things I was noticing, like 'cause I would put up my vlogs out to get views. But like I'll put up little videos and I've had some shorts get a good amount of views. But I was noticing little things. I'm like, what the fuck am I? And then I noticed little things that had that are like where you're low key like shadow banning yourself. So I fixed that too. And I was just like, okay, what the hell's going on? So like it's changed a lot since I've been on like because the last time when I used to be consistent on YouTube was back in 2021. So it's been like 4 years I've really been on. So I gotta figure out how this shit works. Now again, all over again, because it's different now. So I don't know. I'm gonna start the reading soon because okay, let's start. There's a few of you guys in here. Call upon the ancestors now. You hear this? Okay, so yesterday was a very busy day in the news. That is, as you guys all know that I'm doing videos, celebrity psychic readings on Instagram and Twitter now. It's just easier for me, and it helps me keep up with my readings. As before, I would, take the time out and do them. It's like I don't got time like that. So being able to put up 2-3 minute videos work out better for me than being on live. But I had time today to come on live. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a reading. So we're gonna talk about these Epstein files. And we're definitely gonna talk about 21 Savage and what's going on with him. And what else we're gonna talk about? And the Jake Paul fight. Listen, Drake, I'm telling you, he's a jinx, bro. Because anytime Drake fucking bits on anything, you know that motherfucker's gonna lose. We were doing so good when it came to the Blue Jays. We were in the World Series. And Drake's like, oh, he's betting on the World Series, and it was a wrap. We lost. This guy is a jinx. When I see last night that he was betting on the Jake Paul fight for Jake Paul to win, I'm like, oh yeah, Jake Paul's losing. Woke up this morning, Jake Paul lost. I'm like, I'm not surprised. Because Jake betted on that shit. But anyway, so let's get into the reading. So we're gonna go to the Epstein files first. We'll start off with the Epstein files. So let me the timestamp. I'll write this down. Timestamp. Okay, so we'll start off with the Epstein files. All right.
What's your response to Donald Trump as he went on dangerous?
All right. Okay, Epstein file. Okay, so we already know already that the reason why these files are not being fully actually released because we already know that Trump's in them. And there's even people that are in the government, especially when it comes to the legal aspect. I guess it would be the Supreme Court that deals with this stuff, have been in these files as well. To be honest, is what people don't understand when it comes to this Epstein place is like this place is like a rite of passage. Like everybody goes to these things because like there is something that is ritualistic that happens when you're dealing with having children, having sex with children underage. You have to understand that when it comes to actual kids and it comes to their innocence, it's a very it feeds the spirit or the energy of the actual cloaking that they're under. So this is a lot of times you can say it both ways, whether they consciously know that they have to be doing these rituals in order to create a certain level of like heightenedness. You know what I mean? There's almost a statistic out there like when it comes to billionaires or millionaires, like billionaires goes by astrologies, millionaires go by time. You know what I mean? And you have to, like I'm trying to explain it when it comes to hierarchy, especially when it comes to masonry and how it works. You know what I mean? So, for every like religion or any energetical or spiritual like hierarchy, there's different things that need to be done to go to the next level, right? So, for example, say like it's Ifa, there's certain sacrifices that need to be done. Oh, you got to do this much gold. You got to do this kind of offer. You got to do this offering, and you have to do this for. You got to do this offering, or you got to do this specific offering or sacrifice to that specific deity and the roles or whatever they may have. So when it comes to magic or when it comes to energetical magic and coming up in ranking, right? There are certain sacrifices, test fights, whatever it is that you got to go through, right? So when you deal with like, hi, Kevin, did you get a notification? Did you get a notification that I was online? Because I'm feeling like nobody's getting notifications. If you guys haven't already, hit the bell because it looks like no one got a notification that I'm online. And I can't blame nobody because I'm not online like that for people to know. It's not like you have gotten used to me being on YouTube a lot, right? Okay. So when it comes, go back to what I'm saying about the Epstein stuff, right? So when it comes to the devil, so we're going devil energy. So this is like God energy here, devil energy. Devil energy is always the flip side, right? Okay. As you know, when it says in the Bible, we were made in his image, right? We are made in his image, meaning that we are reflections of his light, of his grace. We mirror what God is, right? So when you're dealing with entities or energies that are in the lower vibration, right? In devil energy, right? Because we think devil energy, think of like the devil card, right? So materialism, control, power. Okay. Control, power, all these things, right? If you're using that source to get ahead, you got to be able to feed that engine, right? So in life, what is the most purest form of light? What human has the most purest form of light? Thank you. What human has the most purest form of light? Children, right? So that's what makes these men, right? These people that are higher people in these positions are attracted to sleeping with women, with little kids. It has nothing really to do with just the attraction itself. It's a power thing. When you have sex, sex is the most powerful, right? The most powerful energy. We're all here because somebody had sex. This whole world was built on sex, intercourse happening, right? And obviously, when you obviously have intercourse, you create energy, you create. So these Epstein places and the people that will fly out to go to these islands and to be on these islands, it had really nothing to do with the fact that, oh, they want to go and party and they want to have sex. It has a lot to do with the fact that this is a breeding pool of where most rituals could be completed and done through them being able to have the access and have the harvesting to the right kind of energy that they needed, right? So releasing these files is not just about Donald Trump. It's not just about Donald Trump. It's about a lot of these motherfuckers, even the ones that have access to it, that know that in some point or shape or form in their career, that they've had to take a trip to that motherfucking place. And don't think that there's never other places out there that are like this. There are. Okay? And the people that of rich of prestige or the elite have been doing this for frigging years. It's nothing new. You know what I mean? Of course, there's going to be somebody that exposes, and when something's exposed, at the end of the day, people need answers. But this is something that's never going to really go to rest. And Epstein is not dead. Epstein, my ass killed himself. He's not dead. I fully aware, like, this man's not dead. Like, you know what I mean? You have to understand that there's like this world is such a big place. And we have yet to see, like, we're literally exposed to, he's not dead. He's not dead. We're literally exposed to like 10% of what really goes on out in this world. The media controls what they want us to see at the end of the day. And like, and let me tell you something. I've noticed something in life, especially when it comes to spirituality or when it comes to like energy stuff. Most of the fucking time, your worst enemy or the person you should worry about or the person that's able to take your ass down, it's never that person that's outside. It's always the person that's closest to you. You know what I mean? So God only knows what Epstein did and who he pissed off, why he became a target. If you notice that when it comes to Bill Clinton is the one that's being put more on the forefront. Bill Clinton's guys wasn't the only one that was over there. Get real. You know what I'm saying? But there's a reason. And see how you notice it's Bill Clinton, because you already know when it comes to Trump, he don't like the Clintons. They have their own issues and their own reasonings, right? And one of them being, who knows if it's true? I'm sure it's true, because at the end of the day, again, going back to rituals and stuff like that, there's a whole ritual in itself when it comes to entering through the rectum, but that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, you know what? I looked to the death info and they said that he committed suicide. There was no camera surveillance where it took place, and security guards were not nowhere to be found. Thank you. And not to mention, we have to understand if it was Epstein, likely he was in what they would call PC, right? Yes, yes, yes. Same way you can do rituals and draw energy from the womb, you can do it through the rectum too. Let me tell you something, but that's a conversation for another day, because I got to go into a whole thing to even explain that. But Donald Trump's known for sucking Bill Clinton's dick for a man, and to say that that's something that somebody has on you. You know what I mean? And you know how it is with men. The man's ego, like the man's ego and the essence of a man's ego needs to be studied. Because literally, the reason why this world is as fucked up as it is today is because of the male ego. Dead ass. So when it comes to this Epstein file, what I see what's going to end up happening, I feel like they're going to leak a little bit more. I feel like they're going to try to create a whole narrative around it. But I feel like there's going to be damage control when it comes to Bill Clinton. I don't think that this is going to be something that's going to really tear him down. I think it was just a jab. It's kind of like when it comes to Trump's hands is in these papers, and the people that he has controlling those papers, or the people that are in charge of those papers, know that they can't fuck with him either, because at the end of the day, their ass likely went over there too. They definitely do have sex. When it comes to Trump, though, no, Trump shit's still working. I know. Leave it to the Scorpio to be like, yes, Mr. Donald Trump's dick. His shit's still working, but they do have sex. Like, Donald Trump has a very colorful sexual appetite. He has weird quirks, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get the sense that he has weird quirks when it comes to sex, but he's still got a sexual appetite. Yeah, he's into weird shit. Like, I don't know how weird is weird, but you know, like Donald Trump. I know this sounds like, leave it to a Scorpio to talk about this. Like, Donald Trump's the kind of person that wouldn't want to actually have sex with you, but would want you to piss on him while he jerks off. Like, he's that guy. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm very sexually open, so like in the sense of I don't look at anything being too weird. So especially when it comes to conversation, I'm not talking about my actions, but conversation. And like he just gives me that time. It's not even like weird, but some men are very weird when it comes to the actual like touching and intercourse of it. You know, I almost feel the sense it's like it's a mental thing for some people, right? So like if you're a person that you usually connect mentally through sex, like for example, you always watch porn or like fulfilling fantasies, like it's not really about the actual action of like intercourse that really turns you on. It's the action of creating the fantasy to get yourself off on, you know? Yes, I know. I think it does in some way. Like he's always into stuff. The only thing I think is like he's slowed down with like the amount of partners, but like yeah, they still do. They still do. That's why he married Melania, because she's down for that stuff. She's not down. I'm gonna say down for that, but like you could look at Melania and tell like she's a sexually in tuned woman. You know, it's like at least he has a wife that, if it came down to his wife, would be able to fulfill his needs. She's not just looks. You know, that's what I get with her, with him. But the Epstein files, man, I just feel like honestly, 'cause I keep on seeing there's two men that are working over the files, and I see Donald Trump that's standing with them, and then I see another guy off to the side. To be honest, when it comes to this file, like at the end of the day, it's not about the people knowing the truth. It's about how they can steer it. Like everything is always preparation for something else. You understand? So like the storyline is being steered a certain way, like the globe. It's just steered a certain way so that they can prepare how that leads into something else. You know what I mean? It's all system, it's all programming at the end of the day. But like to be honest, it's like honestly, it's like going to Mecca for them. You know, like when it comes to the Epstein Islands. Like it's not like, oh, we're just going for a freaking party and we just thought it was a complete no. This is like if you want to get in with certain people and you want certain connections and you want to get to a certain, I don't even know what you would call it in that energy, in that energetical hierarchy. But so like we're saying like a chi. You want a certain energy or you need a certain building for what surrounds you, your spirits, like that's the rite of passage. Go there. Like again, it's like going to Mecca for Muslim people. It's like for Christians going to Jerusalem. For them, it's like a Mecca. It's a start off point. If you want to level up in that society, in those rankings, there's shit you're gonna have to do. It's like in the mafia, for example. Like you can't be in the mafia unless you're Italian. Why that is because they want to be able, see it in the movie, it says they have to be able to trace all your ancestry. Right? So it's like there's levels to this shit. Yes, I'm doing my 2026 video. I'm actually gonna record. I was gonna record that today. No, tomorrow I was gonna do it, but honestly, I have to start my vlog. So I wanted to put up a vlog. So I'm gonna put up that first. I always do my readings. The last couple years, because I'm gonna be honest, like I wasn't prioritizing YouTube, you know? What can we get you for Christmas? Money. Dineros. Money. Let me be frank, money. um when it comes to, yeah, it was like the last couple of years I did it after. Because I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't really, it took me a while to get back in the groove of YouTube again. You know what I mean? Like I was enjoying my life outside of it too much. But I love my peoples. I loved this stuff. I loved being alive. Like, you know what I mean? I actually love my job, you know? So now that my son's older and he's, you know, going to school now and he's at that age now, he's getting to, like, he doesn't even, like, he wants to be playing video games and being by himself. Like, it's not before, like, when you guys used to see me alive and, like, Ocean's, like, hugging on me. Like, my son's almost 9 now. So it's like, okay, now, you know, get back into your own lane. What are you doing? You know? Did I put the timestamp on it? It's okay. I'll watch it after I put it. Guys, realize that. Thank you. I like being on live too. I've never done it from YouTube, like from this device, really. I think I've done it one other time, so it's nice to be on. Let me see. Let me see. Who are we reading on next? Okay, so let's go into 21 Savage. 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 20. I put Epstein Files. Didn't even put the freaking timestamp like an idiot. Let's do 21, 21, 21, 21, 21. All right. So, oh, I'm back. Hello. Hi, girl. Oh yeah, if you guys would like a psychic question as well, it is 30 for one question. And I said I was gonna say 30 for one question, 45 for two. And um you you can send payment to my inbox on yeah, fucking remember I forgot my shit. Oh, send payment through my inbox to my PayPal. Let me Yo, I used to have my shit down like Pat. Hold on. God damn it. Let's see here. I think it's that. Oh, yo, my forward slash question's gonna be. Okay. I just have questions. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay, so this is my email. Yo, my son on my laptop, he broke a key on it. And the key that he broke is a forward slash. I'm like, yes. No, that's not my email. Shit. Whoops. Yeah, yes. But I'm here to do 2026 readings. Also as well. Everybody get ready. 2022 readings as well as candles and all this stuff. What is wrong with me, B? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna write this down. Watch. Let's look at questions. Sorry guys, hold on. I don't know why this shit don't stay in here, dog. Okay. A pen. Okay. All right, that's all right. Okay. 21 Savage. What's the question? I missed it. Is Lala pregnant by him? It feels like if not, yeah, soon. Definitely. The energy is there. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they're like they have a spiritual marriage as well. Because as you guys know, 21 Savage actually practices Ifa, right? And in Ifa, especially there is a Adonisha named Shango. And Shango, he had multiple wives. His wives, the four famous wives that he had was Oshun, Oya, and Oba, right? Were the wives that he has. Some people try to say that Yemiya was his wife, but Yemiya is actually his mother in some ways, right? But in Ifa, it's like polygamy is not looked down upon. Obviously, when it comes to the entertainment industry, it is, right? So I do definitely feel that he likely like that's something that's there and that's why she's not public with the relationship because I feel like when it comes to his wife and his woman at home, she knows exactly what it is and everybody's fine with it. But it's definitely a lifestyle that not a lot of people will understand, and it is sacred in a lot of ways. So it's not something that they choose to even go public with it. And I also feel like it's something too, not for 21 Savage, but also for her career. Because 21 Savage, you know how it is when it comes to being a male and being in a polygamous relationship, you're praised. But being a female, especially coming out as a rapper, you know what I mean, in the industry, it's not so much looked upon like looked up at. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's really to try to have her have the most success in her career. His wife's okay with it. His wife knows exactly what's going on. Like she's okay with it. Yeah, she's a strong woman. But that's how it is in Ifa, right? If you were literally following African tradition and how African women are, like even for example, my son's dad is a product of a polygamous family. Like his mother was the first wife. And then he has a brother that he was raised with, and his brothers come for the other wife. Like it's very common because when it comes to Ifa, Sataria, whatever, it's an African based religion, right? And in Africa, polygamous marriages are not an issue. That's exactly it, right? Right. So going back to Shango, right? Um, he's a Shango. Like Shango had more than one wife. I know Ogun had. I think Ogun was. No, I only know Oya to be Ogun's wife, but I'm not sure if he had multiple wives. But it's not abnormal for them. But when it comes to 21 Savage, like 21 Savage, like Ifa is a very how can I say it? It's a very self accountable religion. You see what I'm saying? Like when you practice working with the Orishas, like you're first of all going into it, clairvoyant. It's a lot of going into it in itself. You have to be like you're held accountable for one knowing who you are. So like, who are you? Are you Oya? Are you Ashun? Are you, you know what I mean? So going into it, you're already identified as who you are, right? And then even within the religion in itself, you're always held accountable for aspects of yourself that need help or need balance or need aligning. You know what I'm saying? So in so many ways, when I see 21 Savage in this journey, right? It's like even being a street nigga, right? Because for example, like the street nigga would be Shango, right? Like a good is the god of war, but a good is more strategic fighting. Like a gun is like infantry. You know what I mean? A gun is helping you actually go to war. A Shango is a fighter. So Shango is more of a person like Shango's a guy that's kicked up on the corner that runs the block. That's Shango, right? As a gun would be the military, right? 21 Savage is like in a space in his life right now where it's like he's kind of looking at everything. And through his own spiritual journey and his own journey in life, he's understanding value. It also comes with growing up, but it also comes with when it comes to like what's worth it. You know what I mean? Like I find even my own journey with Ifa, like especially when I did my crowning and everything, like there was like there were so many like I guess we could say it's ego, yeah. Like there were so many things when it came to my ego that I had to like really face, and be like, okay, when I thought that was so fucking important, it really isn't. Like, you know what I mean? It really isn't. So I feel like being that he's a man in the industry that has this practice, you know what I mean, that has this connection to divine, almost in so many ways, he's kind of a free agent. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these guys, when it comes to spiritual, like when it comes to the game, have the rite of passage, they have their oath, they got their shit. You know what I mean? But he is a free agent in a lot of ways. Um, he's stating the obvious because it's like strength is in numbers, right? And you could see this yourself also too, Christine, like being from Atlanta. Like Atlanta is like its own island in its own way. Like it's still in America, but it's its own island, like how they govern that city. And I think like, even for myself, like it's like starting out like when the whole Atlanta yeah, see, Kevin's from Atlanta too, right? It's like its own thing. Like the whole Atlanta wave, before it was so exciting because like Atlanta wasn't getting put on the map, Like people really wasn't fucking with the South music like that until they were. And now everybody's at beef. Everyone got their big heads, Because again, as like as much as Atlanta's its own island, it's like every nigga wants to be king. And the two kings can't govern the same palace, man. So like that's where the ego stuff comes in, you know? So I really love what Key's actually doing. Like he bridging forces. You're gonna see a lot of people, a lot of bridging happening. Cause him helping open the door for that, you know? Ain't nobody no damn king. I'm like, two king can't run one place. And they can't and two king can't sit on in one palace. I'm right. My daddy's always told me that. Two king can't reign one palace. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I get it. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy. But I feel like there's gonna be more shaking of hands. Because it's like, okay, whatever, everyone's saying whatever, you know. But I was making a comment about it. I was on my Twitter, if you guys follow me on Twitter. And I was talking about it. I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, I'm all for everyone getting along. You know what I mean? But know why you don't fuck with people. You know what I mean? Right. Right. Because yo, it gets dangerous. Cause like Dirk, like for example, like a nigga like Dirk, you came out of Chicago where you're watching your friends, like people around you don't really make it past 21. You know what I'm saying? So now you have all this success and making all this money and you're doing your thing and whatever the case may be. And I feel like Dirk in a lot of ways was trying to do that for Vaughn. But Dirk had to understand that Vaughn had way too much bodies on him to do something like that. Like he was in too deep. Even like, and if we're looking from a spiritual aspect, like energetically, like Vaughn was in too deep energetically to really turn his life around like that. He couldn't. He had karma. So it's like he was one of those soldiers that you had to let go. He had to get it. What's this? But yeah, he had to get it. But yes, if you guys have a psychic question, it's 30 for one question, 45 for two. I accept payment on via PayPal at House of Stars at live.com. How does he feel about gay people? I don't think he has anything against them, but he doesn't believe in the lifestyle. Like, I don't think he would tell himself, like, I wouldn't work with that person or not be around this person because they're gay. But I don't believe in the lifestyle. And I feel like it's like for him a religious thing. Like a spiritual thing for him. Why he does not agree with the lifestyle. Oh yeah, if anyone that's in here, make sure you guys like the video. You know, he doesn't exactly agree with the lifestyle. It is what it is, right? Exactly. Business, yes. But like listen, who's complaining or feeling a way about anyone being gay? Like this is 2025. Like really and truly. Like really and fucking truly. The clothes you wear, the things you have, your fucking cups likely, your fucking table, you know, the place that you freaking live in, the neighborhood you live in, your favorite politician, your fucking the priest. This everything was built in this world, and a lot of things are built in this world that you love, we enjoy, that we glamorize, that we love, where we put in luxury, were all built by on the backs of gay people. Who gives a fuck? And it's so crazy to me because this is what really gets me. Why do I care who you fuck? Why do I care? Why do I care who you have sex with? Listen, I have homegirls that I talk to, and I do not concern myself with who they sleep with. I'm not in my head thinking like, oh, like my homegirl's getting bent over by now. She also took it this way. Like I'm not thinking that. Like I know you have sex, But I'm not worried about who the fuck is giving popping stones to you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna lie. I love a good gay kiki when it comes to like sex escapades. I'm sorry, because like gay guys have the most funnest sex escapades. I don't know. For me, my gay guy friends will tell me stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, like for real, because like they have the most fun. Like they're not like they're not like heterosexual people. Like as a woman, you're raised a certain way. Like you can't do this. That's whole shit. Like you can't do that. That's whole shit. But like men, men, especially being a gay man, never had the same, haven't had the same conditions put on them. You know what I mean? Yeah, like a sense of entitlement. Who cares? Like who cares? How people want to identify them? Who cares? Who cares? I don't know. Nigga, I like that's I was talking to somebody the other day. I'm like, yo, I have people in my family that are females that grow beards. I've never seen their vagina to confirm that they're a man or a woman. But as far as I know, that's my cousin. And she's a female. Who cares? Who fucking cares? And if you don't like dick, that's cool. You're allowed to say you don't like dick. You don't like vagina. It's okay. You can say you don't like a vagina. Yes, they don't care. All these designers that they are wearing talk about Gucci, and you know he calls himself, what do you call him? The what's he called? What's he call himself? Is it Yves Saint Laurent? No, is it Yves Saint Laurent or which one that he really goes on about? It's not Yves Saint Laurent. Which is the next designer? YSL, yeah, Yves Saint Laurent. Saint Laurent's gay. He was a gay man. Versace, he was a gay man. Balenciaga, gay man. They're all so. How the hell can you guys be in the rap industry and all you do is brag about designer and luxurious things and everything? Who built those things? Who made those things in? Who made those things hip? Who's the one that makes gay people? So you can like what? You may not agree with the lifestyle, but it doesn't mean that you have anything against them. Like for me, I don't really like gang culture like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna say that I haven't been around it when I was younger, but like at the same time, I'm like, fuck, I'm not really into you going into this place and sticking up a nigga and robbing him of shit. I don't like that. But doesn't mean I don't like you as a person. It's just not the lifestyle I agree to live. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't think he's straight. I don't. Most of these houses, fashion houses, they were led by gay men. Even if it's not even the designer, like even who came out with the actual design itself, the creative director, somebody, gay man, gay. It's like exactly. Can we get on to Nicki? I wasn't gonna read on Nicki to be honest, because I was gonna read on Jake Paul, but we can't touch on Nicki because Nicki. I have not said anything about Nicki lately, so I'm gonna have to change my thumbnail now. I'm gonna have to change it and add Nicki to it for sure. um, let's see. Hold on, give me a second. What's on her currently? Nicki's still studying Cardi B. She hates on that girl hard, yo. She makes that girl make her lose sleep. She makes that girl make her lose sleep. B. She does. But I don't know why she has to have a she must understand and be able to have some humility to say she must see how it feels what happened with Kim. And you know what's so sad about it? Kim didn't even do her that dirty. Kim wasn't even that bothered by her. That's the irony. That's the irony. That Kim didn't even do her that dirty. But she's very bothered by her. Very, 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 very bothered by her. And hold on a second. Huh? Nicki called her daughter a monkey. Listen, hey, yo, listen to me. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you saw me on the street, you'll kick my teeth in. You understand? I don't give a fuck if you would want to friggin' take my and put my ass in the graveyard. But don't ever in a million years ever come for my kids because I'll kill you. Kids are off limits because kids are innocent. There's so much shit she could say to her that she could really get her in her feelings, but she came for her kids because the problem is with Nicki, Nicki's petty. And Nicki knows that she's not, because you have to understand, we're seeing what's happening in front of screen. We're not seeing what's happening behind the scenes. Nicki will go out of her way, okay, to get Cardi bothered. And the thing is, what bothers Nicki when it comes to Cardi is that no matter how much she tries to throw stones for this girl and make this girl feel away, it's like the more she talks about it, the more bigger she gets. And that's what bothers her, is that she doesn't have an angle on her to bring her down. Also, Nicki's not mentally, she's not all there right now. You know what I mean? She hasn't. I've been saying that from time. And it's what people don't understand. Like a lot of these people that have these entity attachments or whatever, like they always attack the mind, mind control. So usually if we're talking negativity and negative spirits, of course, they're gonna affect the mind in a negative aspect. So that's when schizophrenia starts to happen, um, fucking bipolarism, all those things, right? Yeah, she's done for marrying a rapist because I don't think she was. Listen, when she got with him, I don't think she ever thought that anybody was gonna try to dig up dirt on him. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think anyone she thought, because whatever he had going on is completely separate from the industry or anything. She did not think that they were gonna have, like, they was gonna dig him up. And the thing is with Nicki is that Nicki doesn't want to look like Nicki doesn't want to ever look like she actually cares about what you think. So even though it may bother her that people punk her about her man being whatever, she's not gonna backtrack now, right? Because she got with him. Not to mention, you have to understand that she knows him outside of her being a star. So that's different. Like people, even me being on, like I've noticed being online, right? And I ain't no Nicki Minaj. I'm not even a big YouTuber, but people always create an image in their mind of who they think you are, and they create all these ideologies of who you are as a person. I People have to understand, like, even on the screen, like you have a whole life outside of the screen. Not to mention, people are whole peoples before being in the industry. Like Nicki was how, like about 25 when she got in the industry, 25 ish, 30, almost 30, late 20s. So she had like a whole life knowing this guy, you know, aftermath, getting to know him, this, that, whatever, before she became Nicki Minaj. So she's not thinking about a nigga. She's not thinking about, let me see. When do you feel like an entity started to attach herself? Oh, from when she got into the industry. Like it's protocol. Who do you think Roman was? An entity. That's protocol. From when she first got in the industry. I don't think it was an accidental mishap. It was this is what you're assuming. You're taking on this spirit. That's the religion. It's like if I'm like it is what it is. Like for example, we practicing Ifa. I can go into Oya. I can go into a Shun. You know, it's not demons, but still, it's like essence, it's energy. In this case, it's low vibration stuff. Like you're mounting. You know what I mean? I love Eve. Eve. Oh, I love Eve. Eve's a Scorpio. Scorpio girl. Yeah, I love Eve. Hold on, let me say. Oh my goodness. Let me. God damn. My ass in this chair, child. Okay. Yeah, I love Eve. My white quaver has never done that. My bike wave has never done that. It started beeping like, beep, beep, beep. I'm like, it literally sounded like somebody was pressing buttons. Yeah. Confirmation. All right, girl. Yes, yes, Miguel. Yes, Miguel. We're back. That's not her. That she's a shell of herself, bro. She's a shell. I feel sorry for Britney. You know who in the industry I really feel bad for is Justin. Justin Bieber. Like what did they do to that guy? Yes! Ah, hi, Rocky! T OG supporter. I love my OGs. You guys are gonna see me more often. I missed it, so I'm back. I just gotta get up to the times. That's all. I just gotta get up to the times of what's really going on with social media now because it's changed so much since I've been posting on it. Every time I see because they broke him. I know you used to stay on my lives. You always are there. I love you. I love those that really rock with me. No, Justin, they broke that like because I feel like with Justin, it's not just what was done to him, but even the things that he's had to do being under the influence of those people and really understanding what he was really allowing himself to be involved in. So it's like it's that feeling. You see, like how they're so you're not all that innocent. You see what I'm saying? It's like you can't claim innocence when your hands are just as dirty too. It's like being an accomplice. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, I may not have shot that guy, but if I help get rid of the body, then I'm a part of the crime too, right? I'm just as guilty because I knew that it was wrong, but I participated as well, right? There's really Nicki, no, that's all because of Cardi. Because remember, Cardi's an artist, especially a hip hop artist, a female artist that is very vocal about politics. And she is Democrat. And she's genuinely interested in politics and has been an influencer and such. Why do you think Nicki went and joined up with Trump? Like it's all these things. Like she's being like a little girl. Like she's being like a little punk ass bitch. Where it's like the thing is with her is that she actually admires her but doesn't want to admit it. You know what I mean? Like it's like a little girl. Like she paints her nails, so I'm gonna start painting my nails too. So like you're not as special. I paint my nails too. When nigga, before you weren't fucking painting your nails. You get what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of person that Nicki is. You weren't into politics. You never really. What is Nicki doing? Why the fuck is Nicki going to Nigeria to talk about Christians being killed. What the Nicki, have you ever like okay, I can't even say that about Cardi because of the same that she has it. You know? Nicki, you have it okay, because for example, Nicki comes from an industry before social media became so where we felt like we could relate to the artists that we were listening to, right? She came out just before that time, right? So 9 times out of the 10, in those times where music was coming out, when an artist created music that was like created content, let's say content, umbrella term, content that was relatable, it was seen in the music. Hi, Maurice. It was seen in the music, right? Not even in the music. Have you really seen Nicki really come out with any political like songs? Songs that like a song for the humanity type shit, you know? Like you see like for example, every artist has their signature, right? Like they come up with that club banger, they come up with an autobiographical, that's not even a word, but a song that's kind of like an autobiography. They're gonna come up with some shit like that. They have a love song, and then what is another song they'll have? They'll have a long song, and they'll have um, exactly. You see what I'm saying? She does like it's because she's just studying Cardi hard. Because at the same time, even though she acts like she hates this bitch so much, she really likes her. She does like her shit, you know. She actually likes her. She just hates the fact that she feels like she has to run competition with her. That's it. But deep down inside, she actually admires her. She actually likes her. Yo, most of the people that are jealous of you, okay, I've seen this playing this. 95% of the people that actually are jealous of you or feel like they have to compete with you, there's something in them that they actually do like you. They just hate that they didn't think of it first. Or they hate that they can't be like that in some way. But there's always something they like about you. They have this obsession with you. And that's what it is with her. Like deep down inside, she likes her, but she can't help get past. Thank you, girl. Story of your life. She can't get past the envy because it makes like Nicki's not quirky like Nicki. Nicki's not quirky like Cardi B. Cardi B is one of those people you genuinely know you go. She walks into a room, even if she's not Cardi B, and you like her because she's funny. You see what I'm saying? Like I love Cardi because I'm like, she's a real bitch and she's funny and she's jokesters and she knows when to take herself seriously. She knows when not to take herself seriously. Like she's just a cool, like well-to-do girl. You know what I mean? And like homegirl hates that because she's not like that. Nicki's one of those girls like Nicki could tell us one of those girls that people don't like. She's more likable in a lot of areas. And even though her grammar's not the best, Cardi B's very smart. She's a very smart girl. And the thing is like, you know, the things that Cardi B says, like you don't even think about those things to say it or be like, oh, like, you know, she's funny and she's natural and she's a natural with it. So I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Can I smoke a cigarette on live? Can I smoke a cigarette on live? I don't know if I can smoke on live. Okay. So let me just get a head count right now. I can. Okay. Let me get a head count right now. Does anyone want a psychic question? Right? If you don't want a psychic question and you just want to get a reading and buy questions, you guys can hit me up in my inbox. Because I'll just bang them out after I come out live. Okay, so you want a psychic question? If you want a psychic question, it's $30 for one, $45 for two. Okay, and you're booking outside. Okay, so we're till we know. Okay, all right. My apologies. So, yes, you know? So that's what it is with Nicki. And Nicki has to understand it's just time to give. This is the thing what I don't like about older people, some older people. Like, okay, some older people, you know what I'm saying? There comes a time where you need to give up, you need to give forward the torch. You understand? Like, you have to get to the place where you have to realize that you're not one of these young girls anymore, right? Now, just because you're not one of these young girls, don't mean that you can't be doing music and can't be doing what you do, because you are who you are, right? But you have to understand that you're not going to get the same regard and the same traction and the same like reliability like these young girls, because they're in a whole different generation. You know what I mean? That's what Nicki doesn't understand with Cardi B. Because you have to understand. Look at Beyonce, for example. Yo, Beyonce does not, as respected Beyonce is in this industry, Beyonce can't outsell Taylor Swift. Beyonce's not doing Billie Eilish numbers. She's not. Even though she has one of the most well-respected, well-known, biggest tours that you see out there. She's not. She can't talk to Taylor Swift on her worst day. She couldn't. What do you mean? You think Beyonce could go sit down and give $750,000 bonus to everybody on her crew? She's not making. She's not. Listen, when Taylor Swift came to Toronto, right? When she came to Toronto, they clear. Listen, if you know anything about Toronto traffic, especially by the venue there that we have, Scotiabank Theatre or Rogers. Every second we're changing the name, but by that venue, right, bro? You cannot. The traffic around there is crazy because I live downtown, so it's not far from me. The traffic around there is crazy. There are hockey teams that had to hop out of the bus and walk to the venue to go play a game. Okay, because that's how much traffic there is by the QEW and everything like that. Because obviously, she was coming. Well, it depends. She probably flew in from Billy Bishop because Billy Bishop, that's just right over there, right beside me. Billy Bishop is more of our charter flight airport, right? So like if you get private jets or you're doing charter flights, they come to Billy Bishop. If it's like big flights, international, whatever, they go to Pearson, right? They shut down the highway, okay? And shut it down for Taylor Swift to get to the venue. That's how serious Taylor Swift is. You think that Beyonce doesn't come to the city and do that at all. Not even the King and Queen of England has come to the city and done that. Not even the Prime Minister of this country has ever come and shut down no highway, and he's coming down here. That's Taylor Swift. But when it comes to hierarchy, and we're talking hierarchy and royalty in the music and business, she bows down to Beyonce. That's what Nicki needs to understand. You have not built up your hierarchy. You have not built up your queendom as who you are, so that these girls, even though you may not sell out a show like Cardi or sell out, that they have a respect and hierarchy for you. You know why? Because Nicki Minaj, you're too busy trying to keep in line with these bitches. I don't care how young you look, you're still a grown ass woman, and everybody knows it. I may not look my age. I'm 40. I may not look my age, but I'm not gonna go to a club and move like I'm 21. I'm not 21. I'm a grown ass woman. So that's the problem with Nicki, and she's rude. I'm not gonna say that she doesn't have people be fucked up to her. Like, yeah, the industry is fucking cutthroat. It's kind of shit. Anybody would be mad if once upon a time I would go see, like if I see him, like Tom Ford, anytime he sees me, he say hi to me. Oh, Nicki, oh, and when he sees me, he's passing me straight and going over to Cardi. Of course you're gonna feel away. And that's how the industry is. They literally will deal with you like that. they would treat you like gold today and treat you like who tomorrow. She was pregnant, but she knows what she was doing. She knows what she was doing. Come on. Especially look at the things like who knows? I think that her kid has like okay, going into the children part. I believe that Nicki Minaj's child, her son is on the spectrum. My son is on the spectrum too. But he's high functioning autism, right? Um, but and I think they're probably at the same level, like when it comes to her kid. Because my son can speak, he understands everything like that. You know what I mean? Like my son's autism only really affects his speech, right? Like how he talks, his grammar is not the greatest. But he understands everything, he does everything, he functions everything like a regular kid. You know what I mean? And coming from being an autism mom, right? There's so many stages of what you go through as a parent, being an autism parent, First stage you go through is that in denial. You're in denial at first. Like you don't want to be like, oh no, it's because of this, whatever. Then you go through the stage of guilt because you're like, did you do something wrong while your kid is like this? Even though you didn't, you're going to go through that, right? Then you go through the stage of relatability, right? Your kid's not like other kids, And then also you feel like you got to overprotect your child now because you don't know how people are going to treat your kid because your kid is different. Like my son was the one that made me, like he's the one that pretty much was like, anytime I worried, he was like, mommy, don't worry. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he always proved me wrong. That I'm more worried about his condition than he's even worried about his own condition. And he's the one that has it. You know what I'm saying? But we talk about the therapy for kids that have autism, but we don't talk about the therapy for parents that have to go through kids having autism. So like seeing her, she's older. Nicki Minaj can't be popping out kids like Cardi. You know what I mean? And she sees Cardi and Cardi's popping out kids and having children and her kids are smart. As you can see, they're beautiful, they're talking. Come on. Because say, for example, your son is autistic. You also got to think about your kid's future. Your kid probably is not going to be able to carry your legacy, right? Say, for example, if he has an autism that affects his speech. You're going to think, my son's probably not going to ever come out to be a rapper like how I was. But when you see her daughter, you see culture in her, that smiling and doing little pictures and stuff like that. She can carry a legacy for her mom. Where for her son, she probably wonders and worries if he can. Because at the same time, when it comes to kids that have autism, like, bro, they surprise you every day. Like, they may have their delays, but when they actually start doing shit, it's random. And it's like, oh my God, like, I didn't even know that you could do that. Like, literally, my son surprises me every day with things he knows or what he can do. Because I will underestimate, like, okay, maybe he doesn't know. No, he fucking knows. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay. Because you know what I mean? So it's a lot. So like this girl is the most smartest. My son's smart. Like my son's very smart. Like it's actually insane. Like my son teaches me things every day, literally. Like my son actually helped me perfect my magic. Because he grew up watching me do it. So, and he can see more than I do. So it's like, he'll perfect it. I'm like, oh shit. Like I'll go do something and I'm going to do it this way. And he'll come and just and fix it. He's mastered it. Because not just that, like, not just him watching his mom being spiritual. Like he grew up in a spiritual family. Like he comes from both sides. You know what I mean? So he has it just, and we grew up in it, So he knows it. So my kid teaches me stuff every day, but it takes a lot for parents that have kids that have autism to get past the trauma of it and understanding your child. because sometimes every child is unique. For every neurodivergent they have, it's not just a neurodivergent itself. Every child's unique in how they learn and how they receive information. Because that's the thing when it comes to autism, is like they learn things in their own time and they receive and process information different than we like the person that has a regular mind can. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like she does feel a way. That's where it came back when it came to the kids. And Beyonce's son has it too. But Beyonce's son is like, I think he's not. I think he's nonverbal. Her Beyonce's son. A lot of these kids are coming out autism, especially the boys. The boys are, because they're spirit. Kids that are autistic, they're not from here. Like they're literally spirits, and they're spirits and from different worlds, like having a human experience. Like that's not how I really feel when I see autistic kids and I'm around them. It's like they're literally like deities, like just out of world people, energies, and people and beings that are literally having a human experience. That's what I feel. Thank you. A lot of us, are, and that's the thing. And that's why we think it's like, oh, it's such an influx. It's like, no, there's a lot of us that are undiagnosed because I started talking late too. I started talking late. I didn't really start talking properly until I went to school. And I didn't really start, I walked a bit until I was one. And then after I got a shot, and then I didn't start fully walking until I was 14 months. And I would see different. Like I remember when I was a kid being in elementary school, my ears would ring a lot. I go to doctors, whatever, but I would realize it was my clear audience because I'm a medium. So my ears would ring, 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 ring. I would always hear people like talking around me, everything. Little I would know, I was like hearing other people's ancestors or spirits around me from a little kid. So I couldn't concentrate because I was picking up on so many different frequencies in the room. And then they put me in special ed. You know what I mean? Oh, my hands are open. Come like, why is the camera changing? Yeah, my hands are open. I usually don't have my hands open. Anyways. um, but yeah, that's what it is with these children. They're very special. It's very special children. But she's still in a space of ignorance, to say the least. Me going on a whole rant about Nicki Minaj. She's still in a space of ignorance and she needs a lot of healing. She just feels like everybody's just punking her off. Like, like she feels backed in the corner and everyone has her like she's a clown. You know what I mean? And not a lot of how she thinks people have her is true. Because she's not even really paying attention to the supporters that really will die hard for you, Nicki, like that love you to death. And you've said some things that even offend people that support you. Like, you know what I mean? It's like she's even moving into a space of self-sabotage, you know? And that obviously goes for the influence of her drug use and everything. So I hope she finds her peace. But not just find her peace, find her peace in a sense where she's able to come back from it. Yeah, where she could come back from it, where she doesn't destroy her legacy that much, you know? It's unfortunate. Oh my arm. Hi. She's not happy in her marriage. She's not, but she has something to prove. She has something to prove. That's the reality. She has something to prove. So she's going to stay in it. Even if she's miserable, even though she's mad, because she has something to prove. That's why. Khalees would never. I love Khalees. Khalees is that girl. I love Cleese. Cleese is like my kind of people, so I love her. I grew up on Cleese. Like Cleese was my girl before Milkshake. I'm talking like before she got with Nas. Yeah, you were right too. Kevin and Mar and Mars. They you guys love her. You guys don't play about Cleese at all. No, not let anybody stress her out. Cause the thing is with Leo, because I have a Leo homegirl. I have both Leo homegirls. I have 3 Leo friends. I like that's what's surrounded about me. Capricorns and Leos. All my friends, my homegirls, they're Capricorns and Leos. Cause how Capricorns and Leos move, I love how like they move, especially the females. The men are different. Females are, but Leos, they don't think anyone's better than them. They don't think anybody is better than them. Like they are the best. They're the king of the kings, the lord of the lords, and you can't tell me different. Yeah, okay, maybe I may not have what you have, or may not be as good as you, but I am me, and I'm telling you over here, it is this. It's the shit. That's how Leos operate. That's how Leos operate. Mm. I'm gonna have to come off for this soon. It's already 1:30. I had fun. I want to. Okay, so I have to close out and read the Jake Paul fight because I do have it in my picture. I gotta put Nicki in my. I gotta change my thumbnail now too to Nicki. Uh, I gotta change it to Nicki. Yeah, I gotta put up a video later on to Mrs. Pettychow. Really, I know, like almost figuratively, literally. I gotta get my hair done today, guys, and y'all are gonna get a vlog this weekend. Um, Not this weekend. I'm recording it this weekend. So like you should have a vlog sometime this week. Okay? Indeed. See, look at my hair. What's this in my hair, child? I had to get my hair done. See, like look how it's like all grown in the front. You know what I mean? And this one stayed, but it's all grown in the front. I gotta take it all out, wash my hair, and then I gotta go. My sister has to do it. My sister's an Aries. She doesn't play. She doesn't play with her time. She's just like, come do your hair now, or else your hair is not getting done. So let me go get my hair done because I have somewhere to go tomorrow too. So my hair is looking rough. I can't. I don't want to be outside looking crazy. So I know you're talking about a vlog. I know. I need to do a vlog. I like doing the vlogs. They're fun. They're fun to do. I like doing the videos on YouTube, on Instagram too. They're fun. I'm actually happy because I'm happy to come back, do videos, and like even show my creative side. Because now that I've learned to do certain things, I'm like editing. I'm like, I'm like, okay, there's gonna be shit that I'm gonna be doing now because now I can. It's crazy because when I really look at it, like there's people I would talk to that I knew that I didn't know how to do certain things, and I'm like, wait, you know how to do that this whole time? Yeah, I use CapCut. That's the easiest thing, but I just figured out editing in general. Like, if people just show me to put me on, I'm like, got you, bro. you know. So, so CapCut. I know I had to take out the watermark. I can take the watermark out, and I can put my own watermark. I figured that out. And at the end, I could fix it too. I figured that out, which I did not figure that out before. But I'm grateful that I could edit. Because that's the reason why, like certain videos I wanted to do, I didn't do because I didn't know how to edit. I know it sounds stupid, but I didn't. And I would get, I don't know, people are weird. I don't know. It's weird. Everything in this time, yeah? Everything in its time. That's what I feel like. I feel like sometimes I'm like, Tia, why did you? But I'm like, nah, everything in its time. Like you weren't supposed to do it back then. You know? Ooh. Yes. You'll figure it out eventually. You figure it out eventually. In so many ways, you'll figure it out eventually. Even with people and things. You figure it out eventually. My hat. Anytime I put my hat close to the camera. Mm, okay. Put it back. But anyways, I'm gonna sign up. No, Jake Paul. Sorry, I gotta stay accurate and in alignment with what I'm reading. So Jake Paul, who watched the fight last night? How much is my Reiki service? It's $75 for Reiki service. If you want to do rating a Reiki, is 133.33 for reading a Reiki together. And I'm actually open for that today too. Let me see. Thank you. Listen, you gonna get some good work. I may not be the best with my timing sometimes, which I'm working on. I'm really working on my time management, but you will get the work. It will be quality. I'm just gonna keep it 100 because I know when it comes to me, you can always get the real. What's that? The incense. Okay. Oh, it is. Reading a wiki is 133.33. That's my new part. That's my price. And you get the reading, which the reading is half an hour for 25 minutes, half an hour reading, and then the Reiki session, which the Reiki sessions a good Reiki session is about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I usually I don't I have my minimum, but you never know because I'm not. It's not about the timing. It's really more or less about like what's needed, what I'm working on. You're welcome. Okay, so Jake Paul. We're gonna keep this short and sweet. So anyone watched the Jake Paul fight? If you watched the Jake Paul fight, I knew that he was gonna lose that fight. I knew. And you, and you would like to think it's because of me being a psychic, and oh my gosh, Starre must picked up something or whatever. That ain't it. When I seen Drake bet on that blood clot fight, I was like, oh, he fucking crossed that shit. He's losing. You know what I mean? That's what I saw too. Yes. Now, listen, I personally feel this is why this is a psychic reading. I personally feel at the end of the day, Jake Paul pays people to lose, right? I know even on Tyson's worst day, he will beat the shit out of fucking Jake Paul. But I feel like Jake Paul was paying him to lose. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to Tyson, I feel like he doesn't have the ego for the industry anymore. He doesn't care because he's not a fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's a retired fighter. But it would be nice to go home with a nice check. And I think he was paid to lose. I feel like a couple of these guys actually were paid to lose. But this kid, I think he actually really went up against this kid to actually fight. Really do. I don't think he's a type that would actually sacrifice getting a check based on his notoriety because he's a real fighter. Like, I'm not saying that Jake Paul's not a real fighter. I guess by now we should have some respect for him in the sense of being a distinguished fighter. But I don't look at Jake Paul like a fighter. I just don't. Even though, like, for all you know, I don't know a lot about Jake Paul. Jake Paul could have been boxing from when he was a little kid and he just happened to get famous on YouTube. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I don't respect him or see him or like respect him as a distinguished fighter. Like I would Javante, for example. You know what I mean? He's buying wins. Yeah, he's buying wins. But I don't think that he was able to. He wasn't able to get this guy to buy a win. The guy was like, no, like come and fucking fight me. Because you have to understand that if you respect the true art of something a sport that is. Like this is a guy that's a boxer, like went to the gyms, had to fight, train, like roll up in the ranks. It's like this world, social media, it's really gotten to a space to drown out the actual art of things now. It's all about notoriety and things. Like if you have the money, you get the notoriety, you can have everything. And it takes away from the actual art in itself, art form, training form, whatever the case may be, to the actual sport itself. And I feel like this man, from the likelihood of him not taking a pay, is still preserving the real true artistry behind boxing by showing him that, yeah, like you can get your chin checked. Yes, because he got his chin checked. You can get your chin checked. When you're paying these guys, these big boxers, to fight you, they would have already tested your jaw. No. Like you never even see fucking this guy really get hit like that in other fights. Like, but this way he broke his jaw. Like if you got your ass fucking actually punched by a real boxer, you're done for. Like there's boxers that have died in the rink, bro. Very trained boxers, distinguished boxers that have died in the rink. And I just feel like there should be a cap. There should be a level of qualification that, and I'm not saying that he probably has it, because to be honest, I can't even say that he has it or not. Because who am I to say that? I don't know. I don't sit here and follow and study what Jake Paul's doing. You know what I mean? Like that. But from what I know, like I don't feel like you've really earned that much stripes to be respected as a distinguished boxer. You're an entertainment boxer, to me. But yeah, that's what I see with that situation. He is garbage. No disrespect, I'm sure in certain ways he's a cool guy, man. But I don't respect him as a distinguished fighter. I wouldn't say he's a fighter. I think he's an entertainment boxer. A social media boxer, thank you. It's all entertainment at the end of the day. Like you're not up there with Javante. You're not up there with fucking Garcia. Like you're not up there with fucking Pacquiao and all these people that literally, like, no. Okay, you're not up there with them. And like you want to put yourself in the ring with them, but you're actually paying these guys. It's a check. Why the fuck would if you're gonna pay me $20 million to go in the ring with you to lose, and you're paying me $20 million plus on top of what the fuck I'm getting from the actual game itself, probably they're making money off of the game and the sales of the game. Why not? Shit, I'm fucking old. I don't work. Like Tyson ain't getting gigs. He's not going in. He can't go and fight like how he used to when he was younger. He can't. He got bills to pay, buddy. So yeah, he gonna take that 20 mil. Yes. I know he was embarrassed. He had to take that L. That guy's a boxer. You can just tell, like that guy's like a young buck coming up, like very trade knows what he's doing, okay, will rock your shit. And like it's not just like fighting, like it's not just a punch. It's not just impact, it's technique. You gotta hit certain parts of the body. You gotta hit here, hit like it's technique to be a distinguished fighter. Nicki, I'm gonna be honest, Nicki. I think Nicki could beat up Cardi B. Cause Cardi B can't really fight. She's a scrapper, but she's not like a fighter. I think Nicki Minaj can beat up Cardi B. I would definitely give that. I think that she has like Nicki Minaj has more impact in her hands. She beats she ass. I really do. Like, yes, I'm not liking how Nicki moves. I like Cardi, but I do. I don't think she can beat up Nicki. I don't think she can. You think Cardi? Nicki's album, I think she has more impact. The thing is with Cardi B, why I think Cardi B will lose, because Cardi B is very emotional. She always pops out like she's very like, like you know. Cardi B would have to like, but Cardi B's been in more fights because Cardi B's so emotional. The problem is that she doesn't have her six. Because that's what you have to understand when you're in a fight. You have to be able to keep six. Like you can't just be like, yeah, I'm gonna fight people. You gotta be able to be like, okay, I'm gonna swing at this girl, but I know that this girl's in my blind spot over here. That's her homegirl, and that girl in that blind spot's in her homegirl. So I know that I gotta fucking make sure I position myself that I can keep eyes on all these bitches at the same time while I'm fighting. Because if I go turn around and I say I'm gonna punch this person, and this person's over there, that's how this person right here, if they want to jump in, can fucking sneak me. And then I'm down. That's what happens to Cardi B. But she doesn't know how to keep six. And get her ass beat. And then she gets her ass jumped. Because people are not fair. Just because you go in a fight and they say one-on-one, don't ever believe it's one-on-one. You gotta be prepared for anything. This girl probably, what's gonna happen? Is she gonna stab me because now she can't fight me? Like, what? Like, you know? You have to. You have to. You got to think about everything. Yes. Where you go? Let me see. Because I go online, I don't see myself online. Like, what kind of hating ass shit is this? You're a hater. YouTube just stays hating on me. Bad mind. Okay, see your videos. See, live, you don't see me. Like, that's wild. There's ads where? Yeah, they said something about monetize, of course. I never monetized my lives before. I was like, okay. But now that I said that, now that you showed me that, no, I'm not gonna do that. Who cares? I'm not gonna monetize my shit. Stay true to you. I don't hold on there, guy. Oh. Okay, see? It's on. It says live. Okay. Okay, see? It's on. Oh my god! Okay, see? It's on. Oh my god! This camera's actually really nice. Oh my god! This camera's actually really nice. Oh my god! This camera. Like how it translates over there, it looks good. Because here it looks kind of like foggy. So I'm like thinking like, oh, yeah, it's pretty good. I know my man. Oh yeah. House of Empress Mask, guys. Yeah, it's clear. Like it's not off my laptop, but like how I'm seeing myself on camera, I don't look that clear, right? But look, House of Empress Mask, guys. So as you know, it's almost 2026. It's almost time for mask season. Well, at least for us, we start out in January. Then we usually by April it is band launch, and then by August we're on the road. So House of Empress Mask This is what I'm also doing as well. This is my next baby. So I do public relations for House of Empress Mass, which is owned by my girl, Empress. So we are going back on the road again this year, 2026. Last year, we played with Carnival Nations. We ended up third place, which we did pretty well there. And I think we did year one. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So year one, second place, playing with Fantasia. And then last year was third place, playing with Carnival Nation. So this year we're aiming to be first place with Carnival Nation. So yeah, designs are happening. Obviously, back end shit is happening. That's my job. So, of course, it's going to be a make for a busy year. But again, if you guys, I would love to do a meetup with you guys. Cause I'm thinking if I should do it for Caravana or if I should do it for Pride, because Toronto is a really big city for Pride as well, and we have both things going on. So Pride's in June, and I do have my hands in Pride a bit too. So for me, Pride is more or less I have my hands in Pride when it comes to like events and stuff like that. So I don't know if I want to have you guys come and see me in Pride, come Pride Toronto, or if y'all want to come for Caravana Toronto. But I'd like to hope I get a good amount of you guys come and host y'all and do a House of Stars meetup in Toronto. What did they score you by? Okay, so this is how it works. So a band is a big umbrella term, a big umbrella, like that's like the house we're under, right? Then we have section leaders, right? So for example, House of Empress Mass, we're a section. So we're a section within a band, right? So when we go and we do stage, I don't know if you see the vlog. When we go and we do stage, they rate our costumes based on like creativity, what's it rated by? Creativity. Even our stage presence is also rated, like all that stuff, right? Because so they rate it on that. And then there'll be certain bands. So usually on average, when it comes to sections, in each band is about 5 or 6 sections in each band. But we're all given one theme. So our theme this year is the World Cup, because one of the World Cup games is going to be in Toronto this year. So Toronto 2026 is going to be really high. So one of the World Cup games, I think we're also hosting for World Cup. So it's Mexico, the United States, and Canada. We're all three hosting. So our theme is World Cup. So when it comes to our themes, we choose a country. So we have to choose a country, and then by those countries, whether it's the flag, whatever the case may be. Sometimes it's like it could be the colors of the flag, the color of jersey. We have to come up with a whole concept and a whole costume that reflects the theme. Yeah, see? Okay, so it's in Atlanta. So Atlanta's going to be high. So the city where you guys are doing is in Atlanta. The city is Toronto. I don't know where they're doing in Mexico. Yes, so it's going to be high. I love World Cup. Jamaica didn't make it, or at least we don't. Jamaica could have qualified their qualifying game they just had, but they fucked it up. So now they have to try to re-qualify for March, and it's going to be harder because they're actually bigger teams. So we have to go hard just to qualify to get in this year. But I have my teams in Africa. Like Cote d'Ivoire is one of my teams. Of course, I gotta represent Spain because Spain's where my man's from. So I gotta represent Spain. And it's funny because Bolivia might play here too. So it's gonna be. Hey. How did I find House of Empress? Well, House of Empress, my homegirl, we've been friends for a while, for years. She founded House of Empress. So I'm House of Starre, she's House of Empress. So I actually don't own House of Empress. I have shares in House of Empress. I have not 100% creative direction, but somewhat. But mainly, it's my area is PR. So my whole thing is promotion. Our media run that we did this year, like how we did that, things like that. You know what I mean? So I deal with a whole different section, but because she's my really close friend, it's almost like, and we both have houses in our business. So people actually think that House of Empress is owned by me, but it's not. Or they think that, but it's like it's the baby, So but all the creative direction, all that stuff, like she has a whole team that even within herself that does that. I'm more of like the image of the band. I'm more about uh like how what shows are we doing, like things like that. That's more my job. That's things that I take care of, right? So yeah. But of course, for me, I like to be able to spread awareness on the culture of masquerading itself. Not just the party aspect and the fancy costumes, but the actual culture of it itself. Because there's a whole culture and a whole spirit behind masquerading in itself that means a lot to me. So cultural aspect. So when it comes to the cultural aspect in Africa, they call it ogunagun, which you wear the outfits, different outfits, and whatever the case may be, dance around, representing all your ancestors. So it's a liberating dance for your ancestors and liberating those aspects of yourself, right? When it comes to actual masquerade itself and how it was created in the Caribbean, some stories say that it started out where there were certain slave masters that would have masquerades and we weren't involved. So we decided to create our own in the streets. But really and truly, that's not exactly the case. Like that's the more I like to say the bastardized story of it, but really when it comes to masquerade, masquerade was created out of a gunigun. And it's celebrate yourself and your ancestors. It's a whole spiritual thing. Like they have different aspects. There's like masquerading. There's in Jamaica we call it drankono. In Trinidad they call it mukojombe. Like there's different aspects of a masquerade. But it's event all in all is putting on costume, representing your ancestry, representing where you come from, and telling a story while dancing in the streets. Like it's a spiritual thing. We have Juve, for example. The time of year we do it. In Trinidad. Like it's all that. It's a very spiritual aspect, but it's been happening. Masquerade's been happening for centuries. Look up Egwenigun, and you understand what masquerade is. And me being Oya, I'm all about the masquerade. Juve morning, yeah. Juve morning, yeah. It's Juve. Like Juve is open. Like the opening day. Because the means open in French. So opening. Juvet. That's how you would actually say it properly. But since it's correct, we say Juve. But it's Juve. So yeah. But I'm gonna come off of this thing. Kevin messaged me because I gotta it's 2 o'clock. I have to start taking out my hair. And then I gotta go grab my hair and then I gotta go meet my sister. So you guys hit me up. Um hit me up. So I'm gonna come off of this thing. And we will definitely be in touch. So I want to thank you so much for your time and rocking with me. May God bless you and the angels protect you. Good night. Good day. Good morning. Depending on what time you watch this. Happy holidays.